Well, I know one thing. You don't wait for your enemy to come to you.
I have lost all my skills. And now I know how it feels to be utterly helpless, like you and your sister.
He had your gun in his hand.
Sing the song for me, Silky. This is murder.
And the thing about saying the wrong word is that A, I don't notice it, and B, sometimes orange water given bucket of plaster.
When you're working through finding the right people in your life, it can be tough in a digital world. With swiping apps, digits, it can be confusing. Well, on the Al Travis Show, we have Heather Dugan, our relationship expert, to help with all your relationship questions.
I was thinking of Heather Dugan just this morning as I was reading the paper. Heather, how are you?
I am well, Al. I want to know what section you are reading, I think.
Well, it's all online, but I'm sure it's
Yes,
the
it
entertainment section. We have this young lady, Leslie somebody, I'm not going to remember her last name, in Minnesota, that was on the first Golden Bachelor. Do you remember the TV show?
I do.
She made it all the way number 2, embarrassed thoroughly in all ways possible.
Oh, yeah.
And then she came back, and now she's on this Bachelor in Paradise thing, the first time with Golden Bachelor. And I go, I wonder what Heather thinks of this. This to me, have you applied? Yeah. I think it's CBS. Have you applied for the Golden Bachelorette?
I had a friend put me in. I'm mixed. This was a few years, just before the first thing came out, I think. I think it's really difficult. I watched the first one. I haven't watched all the spin-offs since then, because that's just not my kind of programming, to be honest. Yeah. But I think it's just really difficult to do anything under a microscope, Well,
and that it's frame. The new way. It's the digital apps. It's deciding on shallower things, right? You're deciding on how well a guy spells or not on his website or whatever. But this Golden Bachelorette thing, and again, Leslie seemed like a lovely lady, but you go on there almost knowing you have to do almost anything to get to the end, because now it's a game, including Love Shack time and all that.
Yeah.
And then you're doing it on national TV, so now your grandchildren know about it and the rest. I felt so sorry for her. And I really thought, okay, she come home licking her wounds. Then she jumps into this bad boy. And today's, and this is the day's story, was basically that they didn't cover much of the Golden Bachelorettes that were there because they're somehow combining it with the younger kids too.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch. I cannot watch. It's a train wreck. And go figure, national television would cover in the young, hard bodies instead of the older folks. Go figure.
Welcome.
I'm stunned.
Yes, I know. No, it's tough. I mean, online stuff is our life now. But I mean, to parade, I don't think playing out a romance on TV in real time is or what am I saying? TV, that even sounds dated. But it's not going to allow you to develop in a genuine way, because all those, you've got cameras on you, you're thinking angle. Oh, did I say that? Did I enunciate clearly enough?
Well, it's even stuff like this. Do you honestly think one guy can go through 24 women in a 6-week period, decide you're the best of the best, we'll get married and move on, and all of it's on, like you say, under a camera? There's just no way.
Yeah. I mean, I can't pick out breakfast cereal that quickly, I mean, that's tough, I think that's ridiculous to think that you're going to go through that many. Yeah, you do. The yes, no is not a bad idea, but I don't think that's the format for yes, no decisions in dating. Mm-hmm.
Do you do any, I said doo-doo on the radio. Do you do any of the, what do you call them?
Oh, well,
like Big Brothers, Big Brothers, or I'm a Big Brother fan. I really like Survivor. What a reality TV, which isn't reality. 20 of us aren't generally put on an island with some rice and games to keep you off. I don't know why they call it reality TV.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, good point. But I rather enjoy watching to watch people and how they team up and how they figure who's who. I enjoy that. Do you watch that? I mean, being the relationship gal that you are?
You know what? There's a time in my life I would do more. I quite honestly, I don't watch as much as I used to. I will say, though, I would rather be doing it, not necessarily in that situation entirely. I do want, they do this without showers and toothbrushes, don't they, Al? I mean, that's
on
uncivilized.
the island. On the island, yes, they scrub up in the ocean.
But
like in Big Brother, it's just 25 of you living in a house with 180 cameras or something.
That would be hell. That would be hell.
Yeah,
I mean, no. I could not stay confined. No. So anyhow, watching that sounds like watching torture, and that's just, I mean, if I could do it in small bits, maybe, but I really haven't watched the relationship angle though. Is fascinating.
I need you to try watching one Big Brother for me.
Big Brother, I'll watch it.
The Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I believe, are the 3 days it's on every week. Just take and watch it for 1 hour and tell me what you think of it, because I just find it fascinating. That all being said, because it leads me to this.
Okay, nice circle.
I'm under the impression one of us, and it isn't this guy, got going on a first date. What does that do for Heather with the first date?
Well, it isn't. Okay.
Go
ahead. You finish. You finish.
My question to you is, I can't imagine at my age, and you're much younger than me, but at my age, the first date jitters and what that would do. Do you still have those when you?
You know what? I don't even call it. It's not a first date, Al. It's a meet and greet is what I call it, because
that's what the chamber does.
It is though, because I don't know until you meet somebody, have a conversation, and decide to see this person again after you've had that conversation. It's not really a date. It's who are you? Do we have anything in common? Do we have anything to talk about? So this is just creating an opportunity to potentially make a date. I am.
Oh my God, have you downplayed this? This guy seemed nice enough on the internet or whatever. You liked him enough to meet and greet him.
Conversations, and we'll see. But until you just can't tell till you're in person. And no, nobody, to my knowledge, will be recording the meeting. So that's a good thing.
Well, on that, do you, what, can I ask what kind of, he probably doesn't listen to the program. What kind of security protocol will you have? Will you have a buddy hanging back 3 chairs to the left, and just in case you do the pull your ear thing, and then he's supposed to come save you? What, do you have any of that lined up?
I know how to. I would extricate myself if I needed to, but it's a public place. It's like a glass of wine at a nice restaurant, and then that's like the max of what I would do on a first meeting. And then I said, God, I just kind of said, just let's limit it to that. I don't like when people try to do a whole dinner thing or something the first time you meet them, and we'll just see. I'm trying to allow space for meeting.
I love this, and I can't wait. It's going to make for great radio as long as this goes well. What in Heather's mind? Okay, first there's 2.
Yeah.
What got you to this spot with this guy? Handsome, tall. I mean, how much did you learn about him?
You know what? I've learned the basics, Al. It's very different now, because
that's what I want to talk about.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. There are not a lot of people. I am, after you get past a certain age, the pond is smaller. Let's put it that way. If you want to be age appropriate, there are definitely younger men that like older women, but what do you talk about? That's not from, you got to be at least,
I understand.
Right.
Yes.
So, there's certain things I look for, and it's easier to spot what isn't going to click. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste my own time, but you meet nice people if you have the right mind frame on it, but I'm not going to bump the rest of my life's good. So, it's more about.
You didn't answer this question. So the pond is small, and you don't want younger kids. So so far, all I know is you fit the age demographic you're good with.
Yeah.
But what sparked in his app? Okay.
Yep.
He wanders aimlessly in the woods. You like walking aimlessly. Okay.
They have to be active. Honestly, I'm probably more active than most people
alive.
That I know. I value it, I really do. It does something for me. But and being outside, so I'm ideally looking for somebody that's curious. They got to be curious about the world. They got to care about other people more than
But how did you get that in the time so far? You've talked to him on the phone, evidently. So you've got. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. I keep jumping in on your words, Al. Forgive me.
No. This is exciting times. You're excited about the first non-date meet and greet.
Than I am, but I love it. Thank you. Cheer me on. All right.
Well, so let's do this. Give me the answer on the other side of the break. So you're going to go this thing. Do not tell me Heather has no preconceived thoughts on what has to happen to go to the next level. What do you need then in a meet and greet that says, you know what? I'm willing to put in a couple hours and do a date if he's willing to ask. I want to ask your critique of what you need in a meet and greet. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, a meet and greet, you go to the chamber, you got enough business cards to hand out, and quite possibly you find a deal. Somebody who wants to work.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that cannot be that you show up with a business card. I'll die laughing. We'll be back after this. I got Heather Dugan, my relationship expert, talking about her first meet and greet.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
This is fascinating to me. Questions that come up. I've got Heather Dugan talking about her meet and greet, which is coming up here this week. First off, so you decide somehow to converse with this young man. You can talk a little bit, and you decide that you can get together to see if you're going to be possibly dating. Did he say that, or did you? And what I'm trying to do is women to figure out a pattern. I kind of like the safety of it. I don't like the meet and greet terminology. Did this guy at some point go to Heather, I'd like to do a meet and greet and sit for how did that's so sterile?
I clarify
He asked
I
you
told
out,
you
didn't
before.
he asked you out and
Sure.
said, let's get together, and you said, it won't be
Well,
a
this
date
is-
because there's too much on that. That's what I'm thinking happened.
Right. Well, and it's an online connection to begin with. That was the origin. So since we haven't met each other, you don't want to put too much pressure on
I can
time.
see that.
And yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than having somebody order this big meal and you discover you have nothing to talk about, right?
How close?
Yeah.
In a parameter, how close is it? Are both of you driving quite a ways to meet? Is he?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
local.
That's good.
So, and it's harder to meet somebody local at this point because I've been single for a long time. I've dated some wonderful men in the last few years, but I'm kind of pushing myself to it's the right time. My girlfriends have pushed me a little bit too. I got to.
So this is the question that we went in the break with. So you got the meet and greet. Again, we're going to come up with a name for that. It's not going to catch on.
Okay.
It's not. It's too chamber-like.
People. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to come up with a cute name for this because it's going to be your next book because I like this idea. This makes sense to me. You just can't go from internet connection and going on a date. So we got to find a thing for that. But now you're going on this thing. You must have in your head. You must what you need. What do you hope that'll happen, or he'll say, or how he'll be that says, okay, we can do a 2-hour dinner next time.
Well, I like it when conversation flows naturally, when people ask questions, when they listen. I want to see empathy. I want to see curiosity. I want to see confidence. Confidence in the way that you don't feel like you have to sell somebody on yourself, but you're more interested in finding out about the other person. And that's a big one because a lot of people will get together for the first time and they're so busy trying to impress you that they never never let you talk, right? Or they think they know you. So that's another thing too. You never tell details of, like, I do not ideally share any information about what I do beyond maybe writing, because I don't want them to know the area that I write about, that kind of thing, because then, people go and look up, they try to. So,
well, don't tell me you haven't looked this guy up on the Google thing. I mean, and he has to look you up on the Google thing.
Mildly. We don't have last names, but, I could figure out some things. I could figure out some things. Some people drop things in there that you can find, you can search some pictures and stuff. So, there's no ideal way to do this anymore.
Oh, I thought it was personal. It should be easy to look up Heather Dugan. You got a website, for God's sakes, and to find out all the books you wrote. How hard is it to
I don't share last name right away. But
another good point goes in our book.
Yeah. Active. It's in the first Date Like a Grown-Up. Yeah. But yeah, being active and beyond, I get up and get my own drinks out of the fridge. I want somebody that's like interested in the outdoors and doing things. Well, it's a good way to have conversations and stuff. Okay. So, and it tells you more about, how what they value in their life. Family. Do they have friends? Do they give things to the community, or is it all about my business and my, what I'm trying to achieve for myself? So these are big picture things, but they tell me, there's some initial things, obviously spark. There has to be some kind of a click. You have to want to kiss them, Al. That's just how it is, Hey,
not necessarily that's old school, but we're old school. Absolutely. Yeah. And yes, absolutely.
Right. So, and that's what I mean. If you order a meal and it's just a waste. So anyhow, that's all got to line up.
How guarded are you when you go? Here's the thing. We sit down and let's give this Bob. Gotta go. So Bob sits down across from you, shakes your hand nicely, maybe even holds a chair, which by the way is old school, but it still works. Holds a chair, pushes it in, sit down, and then you get chatting, but he wants to find out about you. So he's asking you personal, how many kids? How old are they? What do they do? Is that all legit? Really, what do you do? I'm a writer. What kind of books? I mean, how does that not be the next question?
You don't have to go into details.
Details? Yeah, I write books. Oh, what kind of books? Oh, relationship books. Well, now my antenna goes up. Like, I better be. You know what I'm saying? But that's like the next question you'd ask.
Well, but I write also on community and social connection and, some of the, there's some bigger themes that I can, and relationships isn't just dating relationships, Al. So I cover all that. So there's no need to go.
No need. You get down this road and then he goes back and said, well, she was kind of trimming around the edges here. She wasn't, you don't.
they're more interesting things to talk about. So, you know that there's so many things in the world to talk about. So you just kind of get the basics on that kind of thing, and you find out more about, how do they spend their time? What do they like to do with their friends and their family? Those kinds of things are probably going to tell you more about whether your paths are going to align potentially, or whether you're like, at this a fork in the road where you're both going to, eventually be moving in totally different.
We're quickly running out of time. When does this happen? I don't need the actual date, but will it be between now and the next time you're on?
Oh, tonight. Yeah.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. On a nice, easy Wednesday night. Okay, that'll work.
Right. And I'll tell you what, I'm making plans to walk with a friend afterwards. So it's really going to be about an hour, because I haven't, then
I'll tell you what,
see each other again, great. But,
I'm going to say shame on you. Well, we'll talk about it next time. I will say shame on you. If this is going really well, you're enjoying each other's company, and you look at your watch, say, I got to go walk aimlessly with a friend. I've got to leave. I will not be happy with you. You're going to have her on pause or hold or whatever, and you're going to text and say, no, it's going well. You do not. You are limiting it. Oh, see, that's the guarding I was talking about.
I would create another opportunity to see each other. We would make another opportunity to see each other again. I've told, this friend, we've been needing to spend some time together. So that's
fair enough. All right.
I may give him an hour and a half, Al. Okay.
Okay. That's fair. Time is running out. Heather Dugan, heatherdugan.com. Check out her website. Check out her books. Text her, let her know that you're interested in having her come talk to your group. Yeah. Well, no, if you want to have her talk to your group, we're out of time.
Thank you.
Gotta fly. Heather Dugan, heatherdugan.com.